Hello everybody, Chatty from DragonBlogger.com here today to talk about Rocket.net, which offers web hosting. So, I assume a lot of you know, but if you don't know, web hosting essentially keeps your website up and running. It gives it a home to run on. It's how people can access your site. Because the main two parts of a website are the domain and then the hosting. For the most part, there's a very simplified version. So, if you already have a domain, you now need a host. And that is exactly what Rocket.net offers. As you can see, this is where it's offered a little bit more details than I think a lot of people with basic web knowledge will need to know. But so it is super fast, it's secure, it's scalable. It is one of, I think they said it's one of the fastest web hosting providers out there. So if you're someone who really needs a fast site, which is also as equally important for SEO, Google will penalize sites that are slow. You'll start to lose in the rankings. You'll start to, slow down compared to some of your competitors. So it's super important to have a site that is fast and quickly accessible to your readers. So another interesting option I liked right here is this very simple WordPress control panel. A lot of hosting sites have kind of confusing control panels. There's a lot of options. There's buttons everywhere. You kind of need to know what you're doing. And this just looks very simple, right to the point, an overview, plugins, themes, backups, advanced, and then your web traffic right there. That's really exciting because a lot of people really, that's all they need for the most part to get your site up and running and get the basics down. That right there is it. So having it all so easily accessible in one little area is very nice. So once again, the fastest page speed guaranteed. And they do this by pushing it as close as possible to all of your website visitors, ensuring they get the same great experience. So, of course, my personal knowledge of that is a little bit low, but obviously anything that speeds up a site is wildly important, as I mentioned earlier. So here are some of the other options that they offer: enterprise servers, third-party script proxying, a whole bunch, which we'll go through the features page as well. I liked that they also had all of this security. Sometimes when you run your own site, you need to install plugins and have all these other features that help keep your site safe. And they do all of that for you, which is really nice. So you can kind of run a site without as much worry or without as much concern and etc. So that's really nice. And then here are the manage WordPress plans, and we'll look at them annually. I think that's easier for most people, and you get 2 months off if you decide to go with annual billing, which is always nice. So the starter pack has 1 WordPress, as you can see, 25,000 visits, 10 gigabytes of storage. All of them have the safety options, so that's something you can know, that no matter what you do, it's still safe. And then obviously the Pro, you did 3, a lot more visitors, so you'll need to know if your site is already getting a certain amount of visitors. You'll kind of need to have a ballpark of what you need before you aim too low and then don't, get the amount you need. So, and then as you can see all the way, business, 10 sites, agency, 25 sites, and obviously 500,000 visitors. Those are for much bigger sites, but very important. If you're getting that kind of traffic and that kind of flow, then that's very important. So here are all the always-on platform features: the firewall, malware protection, enterprise CDN, free SSL certificates. So depending on what you need, daily backups, automated updates. So the daily backups is, I mean, they're all important, but the daily backups is really nice if, you're gone for the weekend, and something happens to your site. Like, there's nothing worse than dealing with a site that's been, having to put it all back. There's just a lot. So that is a really, really good. All of these are really good security features to keep your site safe. So, I mean, I kind of went over a lot of the features, but let me just see if there's anything else I missed. Yeah, protecting your site, which is always important. Here is the user-friendly kind of information, and that 99.9% uptime is very, very important for almost all sites out there. The last thing you want is for your site to go down, and then, especially if you're in the middle of something big, like you're launching a new product or new service. Like, the last thing you really want is your site to go down just because it's getting extra traffic. So, and they also have 24/7 support. So if you're someone like me who has many times dealt with my own site, and it's gone down and I don't know what I did and what's happening, it's nice to have someone you can reach out to immediately who can help you fix it back up and just get it taken care of. So here are some more breakdowns between all of the different plans: Starter, Pro, Business, Agency, for a little bit more detail. As you can see, the Starter plan actually gets a very good amount of the same as the rest of them, which is always very, obviously it doesn't have a multi-site support, but that's because it's only for one site. Backup retention, I mean, as you can see, this is really, really nice to have. And especially if you're on the enterprise plan, you can get someone on the phone, which is really big, or, it's nice to just have live chat or email support. However it is, I'll just scroll through so you can read a little bit of all of the different options, which is clearly a lot, which is great. Cool. So pretty much the same features across all the plans, which is really great. Yep. Then, like I said, starting at $25 a month, which with instant setup and free migration. Now, that's huge. A lot of sites you have to set up yourself, and they do a lot of the lead work and help you with that, which is huge. I have personally set up a lot of sites in my time, and one wrong button click and you've broken it. So it's just nice to have someone who's there to help you just instantly set it up and get it done. And also, free migration. Sometimes there's a fee involved with having to pay for migrating a site, so it's nice to have that as a free option. Once again, another look inside what the administrative panel looks like. Optimize installs, which is great. You don't need to figure out how to install WordPress yourself. That's always a lot. Automated updates, which is not if you miss a plugin update, your entire site is vulnerable. You can get hacked, you can get information stolen. So having someone take all of this off of your plate and help you is huge. That's so necessary and needed. So I think that's pretty much it. Yes, once again, the safety again. You just simply sign up, you create your site, update your DNS, which is where your domain is. You just make it point to rocket.net, and then that's it. And you're off to the races, and your site is live. So that is pretty much it. That is a rundown of rocket.net WordPress hosting. So I will put links to all of that down below. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.